Hey guys, it's your average, ordinary, everyday Adrienople, and today we're going to be doing a Let's Play, which I haven't done one in like forever, but we're going to be doing one for the first time in a long time. We're going to be playing the game, The Deed. Now, I don't know much about this game, but I do know that I don't know much about this game, but I have an idea of what it's about. I think it's basically a game where you try to murder people, but you have to plan it out to be like the perfect murder where you don't get caught. So that's kind of my kind of game. I love those Sherlock Holmes mystery murder kind of games. They're really fun. So let's jump right on into it, shall we, guys? Okay, right off the bat, the music is like super creepy. Alright, let's get started. New game? Oh, I have to click enter. Okay, interesting. Pilgrim Adventures. F1 game options. Alt and enter full screen. Escape, access menu and inventory, enter proceed. Okay. I guess I'll play the intro. I wish I knew the game could be full screen because that's the only reason I didn't do that. Like, right now, I have it on the tiny screen because I didn't think it was possible to do full screen. Scotland, November. Oh, click enter. Okay. My name is Aaron Bruce, son of Malcolm Bruce, and rightful heir to Dunshell House. I have recently discovered that my tyrant of a father intends to disinherit me in favor of my deranged younger sister. My relationship with my family is strained, to say the least. I've decided that the time has come for my sister to be removed from this ghastly equation. I intend to put her out of her misery. Unfortunately, my sister never leaves the confines of Dunshell House, which makes the matter more complicated. I've not visited the family home in quite some time. I can't bear to be in that hell for long. However, my presence on the night of my father's 50th birthday will cause no suspicion. I must choose the timing and method of deed very carefully. Tonight is the night I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Ooh. Oh no, so he's gonna literally kill his sister. That's not good. Bloody heck, George. Who has been responsible for maintaining the gardens? Used to be Big Jack Willis, sir. He's been dead almost a year now. I do a little here and there. Can't do much on account of my bad back, though. My sister hasn't offered to help you, then? Miss Jennifer isn't really the outdoor type, sir. I know, George. It was a joke. Very funny, sir. Let's go inside before the ocean comes to Dunshell. Homecoming. Converse with your relatives and search the house for useful objects. Objects are divided into two categories, items of evidence and weapons. You'll only be allowed to pick up 2 objects from around the house before dinner commences, so choose wisely. After dinner, you'll have the chance to plant an item of evidence, if you wish, and then commit the murder. There are many ways to do the deed, but only the cunning will succeed. Good evening, Mr. Aaron. May I take your coat? Of course. Yes, take this blasted wet thing off me. Well, that was rude. You're new, aren't you? Sophia's my name. I recognize you from your pictures, sir. Sophia's my name. I recognize you from your pictures, Mr. Aaron. I'm not new exactly. I've been employed by your family for almost a year. It's just that you've never visited before. I've been busy. My work keeps me very busy, unfortunately. I understand. I've been away from my family a lot since I started this job. You are here now, and I'm sure you're eager to meet with the others. Your father is in the library on your left, and your mother is in the parlor, which is on your right. Your sister is upstairs in her room, I think. Thank you for your help, Sophia. You're very welcome, Mr. Aaron. I'll be in the kitchen preparing dinner. I'll sound the bell when dinner is served. Alright, so 1 second, guys. Let me switch this to full screen so it's easier for both of us to see. Alright, I am back, and it turns out I cannot go into full screen for whatever reason, so we're just gonna play the game normally. So file 1. Okay. Alright. How do I move around here? Okay, so I walk. She said my sister might be upstairs. Your parents' room has not changed in years. It remains the frozen time capsule of a childhood you would sooner forget. You go through the wardrobe, but find nothing apart from clothes and your mother's excessive collection of jewelry. It is only once you slide the top drawer open that you remember this is where your father keeps his shotgun. The shiny barrel almost seems to call out to you. Guns are certainly noisy, but efficient weapons. Leave the shotgun where it is for now. Yeah, no, if I'm to kill someone, it's not going to be that loud. It's just an old chair. What is happening? George, said you wanted to see me, Mother? Yes. Your sister will not be returning to St. Mary's this year, Aaron. Her condition has become too serious. I see. Have you nothing to say besides that, Aaron? No, nothing. This is precisely what I wanted to talk to you about. The silly feud with your sister must stop. Why do you think her condition keeps getting worse? Perhaps it's because you refuse to even acknowledge her? She killed Henry. For heaven's sake, Aaron, it was only a rat. He was my friend. I should never have allowed you to keep it in the first place. If you must blame someone, blame me. Will you forgive your sister? Never. Very well, Aaron. You leave me no choice. I'll have to speak to your father about this. This house always brings back far too many memories. Really? Really? So you're telling me a rat killed, I'm assuming, a pet, and you're blaming your sister for it. Okay, and that's why you want to kill her. Alright, interesting. Interesting motive, my friend. You enter the surreal atmosphere of your sister's room. Mirrors of various sizes cover the walls, creating the eerie illusion of a crowded space. Interesting. So many mirrors. Yeah, no kidding. Your sister's too busy staring at herself in the mirror to notice you rifling through her wardrobe. Wait, where's your sister? You find a pair of silky undergarments with her initials embroidered on the inside, planted in the right place. These might weave a tale of their own. Leave the undergarments. Oh, this is your sister? Wait. Aha! I thought I smelled a rat. Have you come to see me, little rat? There's no need to call me a rat. You know my name. Yes, I remember you now. Your name is Rat. Ratty Rat Rat. You used to have a pet rat, didn't you? Remember what I did to him? Oh, how he squeaked. Such great pain for such a little creature. What did you want to talk to me about, little rat? I just came to see how your mirror collection is getting on. How many do you have now? 73. Can you use all of them at once? Of course not. What a silly question. Are you making fun of my mirrors? Little rat, you better not be. Go away. I don't want to speak to you anymore. Oh, she mean. I thought she had a condition. If her condition is to be mean, then she's kind of nailed it right on the head. You look at your reflection in the mirror. Funny, you don't look much like a murderer. Yet. Mother says dinner's ready. Go away, little rat. Jennifer, what are you doing? Why do you stare at your reflection like that? Stop making fun of me. I'm not making fun. I really want to know. I just wish that... What, Jennifer? What do you wish? I wish you'd go drown in a lake. Oh, she mean. Mother is waiting for you. My sister's obsession with mirrors goes right back to her childhood. I never did understand why. Yeah, that's just straight up weird. You step inside your former bedroom, now a simple guest room. Most of your old furniture has vanished, probably thrown on a bonfire, knowing your father. There's at least one item of yours remaining in your former room, your old fencing sword. At least this is a weapon with which you are very well practiced. You're sure you want to take the sword. Remember, you can only pick up 2 objects. Yes, I'm sure. You find that there is no way you can conceal this large weapon in your person without causing suspicion. Perhaps if you had kept your coat on. Ah, dude. So that's what kind of game this is. Ah, the old bed. So many memories of long sleepless nights spent wishing that your entire family would disappear. Aw, that's sad. This wardrobe is vacant and barren. Dang it. So there's like a perfect way to pass this game apparently. And like, for example, if the perfect way included me using the sword to kill her, then I would have kept it in the beginning of the game. Got it. Alright. Well, let's take a look around. The wooden side table is currently empty. No kidding. Walking into the pantry, you begin to salivate at the promising scent of roast beef coming from the kitchen beyond. Ooh, roast beef. You have no reason to interfere with the saucepans and crockery. It seems the maid has left a sharp kitchen knife unattended. How foolish of her. Are you sure when to take the knife? Yes, I'm sure. The knife, certainly a close and personal weapon. It should suffice to get the deed done. True. Oh, hello, Mr. Aaron. Is there something I can do for you? Actually, I wanted to ask you something about working for your family. For my family. Oh? I am concerned that my father's bad temper doesn't seem to have improved much over the years. Does he give much abuse? I wouldn't call it abuse, Mr. Aaron. He could certainly be a very demanding employer, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'm very grateful to have this position. I'm sorry, I must get back to work now. I'll ring the bell when dinner's ready. Yeah, ring the bell when dinner's ready. You're no use. Yeah, let's go. What? An assortment of family records and heirlooms are contained within this ornate glass cabinet. I don't know. Of course you do. Use that head for once, boy. Great Uncle Thomas? What initials do you see on that silverware? CB? And what kind of half-wit spells Thomas with a C? I don't know. Well, I do. It's the kind of half-wit that's standing next to me. Now, which of your ancestors owned that silver chalice? If you get this one wrong, there will be a serious consequences, boy. Ooh. I'll say one thing for my father. His style of parenting has always been consistent. That's sad. There's nothing on this old lectern. Lectern? I don't know what that is. You decide that now is not the time for lounging around. There's work to be done. I guess that's everything in here. Nope, back. Alright, here we go. How do I get down there? Oh, here. Even now, the familiar musky smell of your father's library fills with dread as you step inside. You have too many bad memories of this room. These shelves are labeled Arts and Culture. These shelves are labeled British History. This is a hefty tome of Bruce family history. You feel sleepy just looking at it. Hello, Father. Your father remains silent for several moments, and a chill seems to pass through the library. When he finally speaks, it is in a quiet and bitter tone. You told me you'd never enter this house again, boy. Why are you here? It's obvious why I'm here. I want to put all this unpleasantness behind us and wish you a happy 50th birthday. Happy? You honestly think this is a happy day for me? Another day when I can watch my life's work crumble into nothing. Another day to see our bloodline slit into its own throat. You know how to make me happy. Move back to Dunshell. Take your proper place and do your duty. Move back to Dunshell? So you can insult and torment at your whim, as you always have done? Not likely, father. Not in 100 years. You still haven't learned to watch your mouth, have you? You're the same snot-nosed brat you always were, boy. Obviously, I didn't give you enough discipline as a child. I can see you're determined to be impossible. I think we had better end this discussion now. You're the impossible one, boy, as always. But I think you're probably right about one thing. This conversation is pointless, and now it's over. Get out of here. Oh, excuse you, Mr. Rude. Oh, a doggy. Your father's best friend, a hunting dog named Busty. The dog looks at you for a moment, then walks away when it realizes you have no food. Aw. The desk lamp provides a soft glow. I see you made it, Aaron. Forgive me if I don't stand. Your mere presence has almost given me a heart attack. Hello, Mother. Please sit down if you want to talk properly, Aaron. I don't have to crane my neck looking up at you. So, Aaron, you finally managed to make it up here for a visit. Please tell me you aren't just here to cause trouble. No, Mother. I'm here to cause trouble. Quite the opposite. Oh, I'm not here to cause trouble. Oh? Our family has been dysfunctional for a long time, and I have to take some responsibility for that. For what it's worth, I apologize for any stress that my behavior has caused you over the years. I see. You'll forgive me if I'm a little skeptical about the sudden change in your attitude, Aaron. However, if we can get through today without any drama, then I would appreciate it. Have you been up to see your sister yet? She's been going through an unusually difficult time recently. Oh, and what disease has she invented for herself now? She only does it for attention, you know. You shouldn't let her deceive you. You'll excuse me if I choose to trust the doctors over your expert opinion, Aaron. You can at least pretend as though you care about her. Anyway, you should go and talk to your father if you haven't already. Wish him a happy birthday. Oh, and at least try to sound like you mean it. Oh, I did. You don't need making phone calls right now. What's down here? This dusty old wine cellar is where your father likes to practice billiards. The laundry room is next door, and beyond that, the servants' quarters. A billiards cue belonging to your father lies across the table. This could certainly serve as an unorthodox murder weapon. You found nothing in these drawers but useless cleaning supplies. There's your main supplies. There's nothing in the drawer. Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. We had two guests interrupt recording. Okay. A broken mirror sits upon the maid's desk. Odds are it belongs to your sister, and the maid has been hiding it here after accidentally breaking it. A shard of glass from the mirror would be a poetic murder weapon. Take the broken glass. I already have the knife from the kitchen, so I won't take that one. The maid's bed is immaculately well made. No kidding. Who are you? Oh, and hello, sir. What can I do for you? You seem quite distressed about something. I do? Well, I'm sure it's nothing you should trouble yourself with, sir. Come on, George. We've known each other many years. If something is troubling you, I want to hear about it. If you insist, sir. Ever since the new maid arrived, I feel like I'm being nudged towards early retirement. She's obviously being trained to become the new housekeeper. She's taken over my responsibilities one by one. I've tried discussing the matter with your mother, but it's no use. She hasn't been herself lately either. But please don't trouble yourself about it, sir. I probably shouldn't have said anything at all. This new maid is quite dumb. How do you pronounce this word? It makes you so useful.
Which word?
Domineering?
Domineering. Yeah.
Okay, wow. This new maid is quite domineering then. She didn't seem that way to me. She is subtle in her ways, but mark my words, she wants to be running this house. Perhaps it's not a coincidence that your sister's mental health has become worse since Sophia arrived. I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary yet, but I have my suspicions. She is as cold and heartless as a woman as I've ever known. I should say no more. Please excuse me, sir. Interesting. So my sister's been getting worse ever since she's been around. So I have the knife. Maybe I should go back to the parents' room and get the handkerchief, since there's nothing else I find really useful right now. This is the only... Okay, it is only once you slide the top drawer open that you remember this is where your father keeps his shotgun. Wrong drawer. Oops. Oh, I took it. Oh wait, no. I don't want to take it. Okay, back to the other room. Your sister is too busy staring at herself in the mirror to notice you rifling through her wardrobe. You find a pair of silky undergarments with her initials embroidered. Laying on the right is a tale of their own. I don't know. What should the second item I take be then? I have the knife. I can't find anything else useful. Okay, fine. I'll just take the gun. Just in case. When is dinner gonna be ready? The maid said she'll ring the bell when it's ready. Have I not looked at everything yet then? This is the groundskeeper cupboard. George seems to have left it open. Among the various household tools, you spot a thick length of rope. Oh. Okay. Strangulation is certainly a tried and tested method of murder. Oh! There's the bell. Again, a bell invites me, this time to dinner, it seems. Dinner served. Sophia, could you come here a moment? Yes, ma'am? Pour me some wine. Yes, ma'am. But, madame... Oh, what is it, George? I must protest. It has always been my duty to pour the wine at dinner. Oh, well, I don't want to cause any trouble. Nonsense. What does it matter, George? Stop being... Okay. Stop being over there. But I... Careful, mother. If you drink much more, you might end up embarrassing yourself. Aaron! What a rude little rat you are. That's enough of you. How dare you insult your mother? An interfering little rat, isn't he, Daddy? Yes, he is. Why can't you ever keep your mouth shut, boy? You're right. I'm sorry. I must have had too much wine myself. You better not let it happen again. Sophia, could you come here, please? Yes, Miss Jennifer? I just wanted to say that was the loveliest meal I've ever tasted. I don't know how you do it, you cunning pixie. You're too kind, miss. Of course I will have tea and cakes for you in the Of course I'll have tea and cakes for you in the drawing room as usual after dinner. Oh, you are so good to me and sweet thing. Very, very good to me. I won't have any, thank you. I couldn't eat another bite. Well, you weren't offered any, so there. Please, Jennifer, let's all try and be civil. Anyway, let's not forget why we are here today, to celebrate your father's birthday. Such an important occasion for us all. You're so dear to us, Malcolm. Happy birthday, Daddy! Indeed, happy birthday, Father. Let's hope it'll be one to remember. Doing the deed. Now it is the time to quickly plant any items of evidence you have. To do so, simply enter the desired room and select the item in your inventory. When you are ready, enter the drawing room to do the deed. Oh, so the drawing room is where I kill Jennifer? Yeah, Sophia's the maid. I don't have any items to plant, so where's the drawing room at? Oh, maybe that's the room. Okay, maybe this is it. Okay, are you sure you want to enter the drawing room? Once inside, there's no turning back. I'll say yes. Just because. Okay, that music just got intense. You see Jennifer staring out of the window ahead of you. Lost in one of her strange moods, she hasn't noticed you enter the drawing room. Now's the time. Okay, could the music, like, chill out? Hey, since we do have the two guests back here, okay, which do you guys think? Should I try to kill her by strangulation with the rope, or should I just use the kitchen knife? Rope. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're gonna use the rope to kill her, says Dan Man in the background. Okay, this is a weapon, not a piece of evidence. You may need it. So, like, you must go behind it. Well, I am trying, but she's like, oh, okay, she's facing that direction. She's the murder weapon. Oh, we can use our bare hands. I didn't know that was an option, but I'll go with rope. Holding the rope in both hands, you creep up behind your sister and pull the noose over her head. She gasps and begins to struggle, but you hold it tight around her neck. It takes some time before she finally goes limp. You let her drop to the floor with the rope still around her neck. Someone might have heard the sound of that struggle. It's time to get out of this room. Oh, I have seconds to literally leave the room. Okay, getting as far away as possible. Going upstairs. Wasn't here, wasn't anywhere to be seen. Ugh, it sounds like my deed has been discovered. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Inspector Winston Lewis. I understand that this is a difficult time for your family. You're not saying that right. Okay, you're dang right it is. I want to know what you're doing wasting time in here while my daughter's killer is still out there. Well, Mr. Bruce, we have found no evidence of forced entry, and nobody has been seen entering or leaving the house. It would seem entirely possible, then, that the killer is in this room. What? No! This seems highly unlikely, Inspector. Perhaps it is. However, in order to follow protocol, I'll have to interview each of you in turn. Mrs. Bruce, would you like to meet me in the library first? I suppose so. The interview. Thank you for joining me in here, Mr. Bruce. I'm sure this won't take long. Before we begin, I will need to search your person. Best to get these formalities out of the way. Is this really necessary? I'm afraid so. Turn around, please. Would you care to explain why there's a kitchen knife concealed in your What? I didn't. What? There's nothing there? What are you talking about? You're crazy. You're imagining things. I can either say, I must have put it in there at dinner and forgot. Okay, I'll say that one. I remember using it to cut the cheese at dinner. Okay, sure, buddy. You're cutting the cheese. Okay. I must have absent-mindedly put it into my pocket. It seems unlikely, but very well. Now that's out of the way, let's move on to the interview. As you know, I've already spoken to everyone else who was present in the house at the time of your sister's death. We have also now completed our initial search of the house, but we'll get to that later. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? First of all, we'll run through all your activities since your arrival. The maid says that you and the butler arrived shortly after 7 o'clock and she greeted you at the door. Later you went to speak to the maid again, which is curious. Why did you decide to visit the kitchen? I was hungry and wanted to know when dinner would be served. That makes sense. I understand the two of you spoke about your father and his temper. Okay. I thought he might be making her life difficult. As it turns out, I was completely wrong. I see. Later on, you had a conversation with your mother, Gloria, in the parlor. She told me that you were unusually cordial. Something about wanting to apologize and make amends. Yes, I wanted to clear the air between myself and my family. I see. Do you think it's slightly suspicious that you suddenly wanted to reconcile after all this time? No, I don't think so. Well, very well then. At that time, your mother brought up the subject of your sister's health, and you seemed quite unconcerned about it. I was just lying and say it was my mom. Okay, of course I was concerned. My mother didn't seem to care much about her condition, though. I'm afraid I find that quite hard to believe. You went to see your father in the library. I understand your conversation became quite heated. My father has a very short fuse. Many of our conversations go that way. Will you say he has a violent temper? Absolutely. I see. That's good to know. Yeah, we'll blame the dad. Okay, you discussed the prospect of your moving back to Dunshall. You refuse to do so under any circumstance, I understand. Okay, my father fails to accept the fact that I have my own life now. I can't just move back here. Of course not, that's completely understandable. Let's discuss your conversation with the butler. I understand you spoke about the new maid, Sophia. The butler seems to have some concerns about her. Okay. He was paranoid that the maid was going to take his place, which was obviously true. He is almost at retirement age, after all. Yes, I understand. Did you speak to your sister before dinner? Ooh, I can either lie and say I did, or say I didn't. I'll say no, I did not. No, I didn't see Jennifer until dinner. Very well, then. Let's move on to the events that took place during dinner. Apparently you made a comment about your mother's drinking habits. I felt I had to say something. I thought she was drinking far too much. Do you think that this has anything to do with her difficulties in coping with your sister's condition? Almost certainly. Interesting. Now I need to ascertain? Yay. Okay. Now I need to ascertain your location at the time of your sister's death. Where were you when you heard the maid scream? Upstairs. Old bedroom. I was in the guest bedroom. I see. Thank you. As I said earlier, we have completed our initial search of the property. The search did not turn up any items which gave me cause to suspect anyone in particular. I am curious about the murder weapon. The rope which was used to strangle your sister came out of the butler's cupboard, which is generally kept locked, I believe. Suicide is a possibility. She may have tried to hang herself and the rope came loose, causing her to fall to the floor. It is all very interesting. I'll be completely honest with you now, Mr. Bruce. Your behavior this evening has given me cause for suspicion. While there's some suspicion regarding your father, I don't currently regard him as a serious suspect. There is a question or two regarding the butler, but personally I don't buy it. Too cliché. Despite any question marks about your mother, I don't think for a moment that she did this. Now, as far as what happens next, I'm going to ask you to accompany me to the station for further questioning. Am I under arrest? Not currently, Mr. Bruce, unless you want it that way. Ooh. Okay, hopefully he doesn't suspect a thing yet. As the only person to be brought in for questioning, you remain the prime suspect in the case. At the trial, it did not take very long for the jury to return a guilty verdict. You were given a life sentence for the murder of your— Wait, how did they find that I'm guilty and they have no prints on the rope or anything? Okay, whatever. You were given a life sentence for the murder of your sister and would be spending the rest of your life sleeping behind bars. In your dank little cell, there's nowhere to hide or to escape from the nightmares when they came. The deed itself had taken possession of your soul, and perhaps this was her final revenge. Okay, interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna end this episode here, since I failed and apparently got locked behind bars for, I don't know how, getting caught with a rope. Maybe I need a plant evidence on maybe the butler or something. But again, that might be too cliche. But we shall see in the next episode. So I'll try this again some other day, and I'll see if we can finally do the deed without getting caught. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, as always, hit subscribe down below, leave a like if you enjoyed, and yep, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys in my next video. So Adrienople out. Bye.